didn't leave my chair to run to the pistol real quick. Hello, everyone. Welcome! Welcome! Sound alerts, can you die? In the nicest way possible. I don't need that in my life. Thank you, L, for the first, Lich for the second, and memes for the third. Look at you go. Welcome to the Mythrill Law stream today, gamers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited! We are very, very excited. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I just found out that I got 900 followers on Twitter, which is really cute. Love that. But we're doing lore today with the lovely, lovely Elpon Fairy and Bryce Fizuk. I will be sure to do shout outs for them at some point during the stream. You know, we might as well get one now. Shout out to the pond. Fairy underscore. And we'll do Fizuk's in a minute. Ah, he showed up! That means I can copy his username. Look at me go. Hey. Infiltrating. But yeah, because it's a lore stream, we do not have channel points enabled today. They are paused. Some of them are there, but most of them are not, so keep that in mind. I won't paying much attention to chat, so keep that in mind as well. And stream's probably not going to be super duper long once the lore is done, because I have to be up at 6 a.m. For work tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to, but I need to get my booty sleep. So that's going to be happening. So yeah, we're going to go do all the lore, and then after that, we'll say a couple of things before we end and have a little vibe. There's a shout out for fucker. There's a shout out for No, I have to wait a minute. Okay, it'll be his day soon. It'll be his day soon. You fucking trust me. Thank you so much, Infinity Halo, for the raid. Perfect timing, because we are just about to go into a lore stream, and I won't be able to talk to chat. Quickly to reiterate, we're doing a Mythrill SMP lore stream. I won't be speaking to chat a lot. Channel points are paused. If you want to know more about the Mythrill SMP, you can check out its Discord, or you can join my Discord for all of my other streams. Very, 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 very fun. Very cute, very cool. But yeah, we're probably gonna go in a little bit early to start doing the shit. Because I know the others have started because they have shorter starting soon streams. So yeah, thank you once again for the raid. We're gonna go into lore now. We're gonna go into it. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay. Everything is fine. We have the notes that I've sorted through. We know some things. I mean, I suppose that talk with Lilith was good for going through everything that I needed to think about. Oh, it's dark. Huh. I'm doing that. But it's dark out. Which is, I guess, good. Or maybe not, considering somebody is literally named after the moon. But at least it's not a blood moon. Did I fuck up again? Sorry. Your stuff is broken? Oh, okay. Don't worry about it, bestie. Yeah, we can stall for a bit. I'll pull your stream up. Oh dear, we love when we get technical difficulties. We love when we get technical difficulties. Alright. I've been looking into the magic of the valley, and I've been reading my books, collecting the scrap notes of research I've collected over the years from other scholars and just anything that I can find, and I think I've gotten a bit more of an understanding of what we're dealing with in terms of Celine. And to add to that, I think I might have solved this. I think I might have solved Charlie's journal. I still have the final enchantments to do. The magic's currently working itself around this right now. But we'll just have to hope that it works. Hope that nothing goes wrong, I guess. But I'll come back to that later. I'm gonna take a breather for a second, guys, because Elpon Ferry's having technical difficulties. But I also realized that I don't know if we did an announcement for the lore today. No, we didn't. So I'm gonna quickly do that. They seem to be okay now. But I'm gonna do this quickly. Don't mind me. This is what happens sometimes. Sometimes we have a little bit of a scuffed day. And you know what? That's alright. There we go. Okay. Give me 2 seconds and then we're gonna run off. But yeah, we're just getting into the interesting stuff. So you don't gotta worry, because that will be coming very, very soon. That'll be coming very, very soon. There's that one, and then there is me. Okay. Not bothering with ats. I can just go in there. So difficulties. Hey, sometimes we're fine. Sometimes we're fine. It's just today, obviously not. But it's a dark, starry night. Couple of clouds out, but nothing too bad. Don't seem to get a lot of rain in the valley. Curious, but I know they've been bopping about somewhere. Not in the harbor directly, but not too far away, probably. Oh wait, is that? Huh. This makes sense, I suppose, given it's been a while since I last talked to Artemis. Dear Twilight, I was able to send a message to Phizok about us meeting. I hope you find this before the day. We are meeting on the 29th. There are some things I want to mention to you, but not around Phizok, mainly the ruins. I also wanted to ask you about some things. In the Memories of Eristor, he mentioned sending a letter back to Kingdom Admanthian. That name rings a bell. Maiden name of them? Okay, that's, interesting information. Not assume it was my mother's family, but Eristor mentions the king's daughter, finding entrance at the end, which is what my mother did. Didn't know any of her. And so what I am saying is I guess I'm elven royalty. I was wondering if you books elven royalty. I do not, but I can definitely try and find some. But I mean, if we're meeting with Phizok, I should get down there. Or up there, I guess this is north. Because this book will be something they both want to hear. And I'm interested to see if he has any other perspective to give on the auction. I've already heard from Moon and Bagel, or Lilith, as their true name appears to be. They were at the tower last time. I suppose I should check out here first, then. Whew. Ow! That's not very friendly. Ah! Why do we keep meeting like this?
I mean, I'm taller this way.
Well,
What can I
hello
say?
there.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. I said I had a gift for you.
Oh, thank
there.
you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Hi.
Are you gonna come down anytime
Hello.
soon? Or do you
Do not
enjoy the
come up.
height? I suppose.
Wait, hold up. Will you just let's 1 minute. I'm just gonna. Yeah, you can
That's
come
normal for
inside.
them, yeah.
Yeah, just come inside. I mean, we can stay on the ground floor. We can go up.
I mean, I don't mind. I got your letter. Oh, that's not the letter,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh.
Yes.
That was a
I
different note.
also
Yeah.
Letters. Yeah, I'm right.
It appears we have some interesting things to talk about later, but I think there might be some other things to address right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go upstairs a bit. There's
After
a
you.
few.
thank you.
I mean,
Um.
pens. Let's just. Yeah. Let's keep going. Don't mind. It's a long ladder. I'm sure you have both really strong muscles to climb ladders.
I mean, I think I'm handling it well, but you know,
You think you are?
I've climbed this tower
I
once
mean, you've
before. It's
not
fine.
fallen, so it's
I
pretty
mean, I
good,
could
I
have just
think.
flown, but you know.
Yeah. Climbing ladders is fun though sometimes.
I suppose.
Good
Definitely a
To
exercise.
climb
workout.
things, or
I mean,
is
climbing
it?
trees, that's very entertaining, actually.
I mean, I've always
I used to
enjoyed
climb like
climbing trees and like.
mushrooms when I was younger.
Huh.
We didn't have trees. We had like
You had like very large tree-like mushrooms, was how you described it, I
yeah.
believe.
Yeah, we also had a lot of moss as well.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in a forest. It was basically trees as far as you could see, so jumping between them was kind of interesting.
I mean, I kind of grew up in like a small city. I didn't really climb trees or anything. I more just climbed
Oh.
buildings and
I
then
mean, that has its own
caves.
charm to it.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
so.
I mean, I climbed a lot of things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I suppose enough beating around the bush. How was the auction?
Oh boy. I'm certain you've had to have heard by now. I believe their name is Rose. I think I met them once at the festival.
I don't think they
Yeah,
were
Rose
present.
wasn't at the festival. She was late.
Yeah, you mentioned they were.
She was yeah,
Yeah.
she fell off my
I've
stairs.
heard quite a bit about them from not just you, but Katie, and Mars. But
Okay,
yes,
let's
Rose.
Yeah, they showed
backtrack.
up to my
Then
house with
wh-
Kater.
wherever it was I met Rose, I can't remember exactly where, but I believe I'd spoken to them once before. They were there along with Charlie, and I saw Moon was there, and Katie was there as well. Obviously, Celine, but um, the auction was going relatively smoothly until um, a special pair of wings were being auctioned for the price of a soul,
Uh,
and Rose immediately jumped up and no hesitation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Rose is a Vila, which is a type of fairy. When I first
Right.
met Rose, which you probably noticed, they didn't have wings.
I did notice that, yes.
My main
So my
assumption, having not met them myself but heard a lot about them, was that someone had taken them, their wings. Whether that was Selena or not doesn't really matter. They ended up getting a hold of them, obviously. And
Rose has them back now.
taking a creature's wings, they do anything to get them back. It's literally a part of themselves. Charlie had their wings missing for a time, and I mean, that was the first time I think I saw them smile, was getting their
I mean,
feathers back.
it's a literal, it's a part of them. It's biologically. To me,
Mm.
it's Like, I mean, someone, like, I guess, chopping a horn off me or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like someone trying to
I
take
mean,
my
I will.
ears. They've tried. It's
I
not
don't have.
fun.
No.
I don't have
Yeah.
anything fancy, but like, I
I
mean, if
mean,
they took
how would
my
you
like
arm,
taking
react
your
if someone?
leg.
upset. Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna more so say, how would you react if someone shaved your beard?
I feel like the leg's
Speaking
more
of that,
important.
that's another thing.
Oh?
Who's
What?
playing?
Who's? Oh, what? Oh, you get a
I
lovely
received
letter.
A wake
this.
up call.
Oh,
Dear archaeologist, you're a silly Billy. You're a stinky. You're
oh,
a little glass of rainwater on the windowsill derogatory?
I don't.
Your beard doesn't suit you, and frankly, I believe you should learn to shave. There are 7 pages. What is this?
There's a lot of.
honestly,
It's.
I have a feeling who
like,
that could
I hope
be.
you have a
Given
really
the writing.
forgettable Christmas, because honestly, anytime I see your face, it makes me want to rip out my own eyes and eat them. These are creative.
I mean, they're creative. But
Creative, yeah.
What is a Lego?
it's like a plastic building block.
Why would you have
Oh.
a building block made of plastic?
It
That would make a very
it's-
weak house.
It's not
That'd be
intended
funny,
to be
though.
structurally sound.
Oh, what is the use for it then?
They're typically like children's play toys, but
Okay,
they
that
can also
makes
be used
sense.
to
That makes
adds up a lot
sense.
more.
Okay.
the anyway, that's but I received that in my mailbox.
Huh.
I just saw it. There was also some like rotten flesh in there as well, which was kind of gross, and now my mailbox smells.
Get a new one. That's what I normally do. I
I
normally
mean-
move by that point though as well. So I actually had to get.
You
a
say
new
this,
mailbox.
and yet,
That's
have you seen the
fair.
state of your island?
My island's fine. I
The
Don't know what you're on
death
about.
moss begs otherwise, my friend.
what death moss?
Sorry, the what?
I don't
Nothing.
believe. If you see any strange dark blue patches
Nothing.
around hidden under moss that someone has tried to cover them with, that's a thing called death moss, aka skulk. Lovely little thing.
Well-
What?
Lovely little guy. He went to go look at the death moss.
Yeah. Well, there isn't any. There's none to look
There's
at.
plenty.
No, there isn't.
I will. I will point this out.
You don't need to because there is
I-
none. It's fine.
Yeah, there was. Oh no, Artemis. What have you done?
What about? I
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what you're on about, honestly. What have I done?
I want to know where this is going as well,
mean-
frankly.
I mean, I've not been around for a bit, so I can't have done anything.
Yeah,
So.
I know. I wonder.
You have
were
been traveling, however, your island has started to grow death moss.
Yeah, it seems to be wherever we go. However, we don't talk about that. It's fine. It only becomes a problem when you can't control it, and I can control it.
That's definitely
Currently.
not
Artemis.
true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that on your arm?
I believe
That's
that's called a
nothing.
scar, and I believe they don't like people staring.
That's nothing. You don't need to worry about that. It's fine.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I didn't notice it the last time we spoke.
Oh, it's always been there, it's just got darker.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Magic, weird, huh?
I think the whole thing about me is weird at this point.
I mean, you resurrected yourself, so...
Somehow.
Still don't know how you did that.
Even I don't know how I did-
Eldarin stuff, it's complicated. I mean...
It's complicated. I don't even know my own. Well, I did learn about my family history. However, I still don't know half of the stuff going on in my family.
Think of it how when humans have, like, a theoretical medicine or cure to a disease, but in this case, it's a magical cure to death.
Yeah, apparently. Everything's fine. We spoke about this. We all know it's fine.
You're the only person who believes that.
No, actually, I'm not. No one else is concerned. Where are you going?
I'm going to the moss.
Ugh. Every
I
time.
need to see this as well.
It doesn't spread off the island, from my knowledge. It just.
That's
I
not
mean,
my concern.
I mean, it only spreads where I walk.
That is the
Constantly.
concern.
Yeah, that's my concern.
I mean, I haven't been near your
I mean,
houses constantly.
it is relatively
my-
harmless. It's just, you know, it spreads based on death, so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I didn't really know why it was here, and I still stood and I was like, "Is this safe?" And
Yes,
I went,
no, I mean, it's
I mean,
perfectly
I'm-
safe to
it's-
stand on. It's just,
yeah,
if something dies upon it, it will spread further. And the fact
Yeah,
that it's
but nothing-
spreading without something dying on it is what's the real concern.
Well, I mean, it's killed my flowers. It's about
It
But that's when-
theoretically shouldn't be doing that, but I mean, I guess anything is possible. I don't really know too much about it.
I mean, I died, so and I came back to life, so
That's
Resuming that one.
that's you're the exception, not the rule, my friend.
I
mean, I'm familiar with this stuff. I've seen it in old caves and old ruins and things that I've been in.
I know
yeah,
Moon's
it's not-
mentioned it. Yeah, we're going to the ancient cities and
Yes,
stuff.
there are a couple
Speaking of
underground places.
Moon,
Yeah.
I did speak to them afterwards. They have a wicked looking weapon. that
Oh, they
found.
showed you the
Oh, yeah, they
axe.
are.
Yes, it has the death moss on it, so you can tell
Yeah,
the
it
stuff has been
does.
killed with it. Yeah, very interesting armament, I would say. It's very, very intriguing. Good magic on that. It's interesting.
It is very strong.
Very strong. But briefly going back to this, I might have an idea of who wrote it.
Oh, is
Based
that
off the writing as well.
Not just based off the writing, based off a conversation I had a few days prior. What I'm really curious about is how you managed to piss off Bagel, of all people.
You mean Lilith?
Yes.
– Wait, what?
Do you not?
I've not even spoken to them.
Oh.
Once
I
at the
found them-
festival, and then they were at the
Yeah.
auction. They have different hair now. It's kind of a
Yeah. They have no
more-
mask
That
as
was
well now.
them?
Yes. The purple
Yeah.
horns. They don't have the mask anymore. Hair's more of a, how would you describe it? Sort of a strawberry blonde.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
How did I?
They look
I don't
completely
know.
different.
Did
unless you know
anything
them.
happen or be said at the auction that would be of note?
Not that I'm aware of.
Anything interesting come up outside of them that they might have taken offense to?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well,
Did Celine say anything?
they always
To
says
who?
something to anyone, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, they
yeah,
had-
Celine.
Lilith has a thing for Celine.
They do. Oh, that actually makes sense.
Did you not? Oh yeah, Lilith has a.
They didn't directly say that to me, but they were very interested. They came to my library. Are you all right, sir?
Are you okay? I think he's upset.
Are you all right? What happened?
Are you okay?
But no, yes, Lilith came to the library asking questions about, well, specifically the deities, but they had keen interest in Celine mainly, and then the other two as a bonus.
Remember how I mentioned
yeah.
What did you do?
Celine is very interesting in many ways, and Celine is interested in my soul, but I won't give it to them.
Mhm.
And I made a joke to them saying, buy me dinner first.
Oh, and they brought that up, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think I know why Lilith hits you now if I did.
Oh my goodness!
I think
have
Lilith
fun
thinks
with
you're
an
trying to
angry
steal
half
her
demon after
woman.
you.
I have.
Are you trying to steal her woman or something?
I have no interest in Celine.
Artemis.
You know,
Lilith's from Lust.
Oh,
This is
gets better.
hilarious. This is hilarious.
Wait, Lilith's from Lust?
Lilith is half demon.
half demon.
That
Yeah, recent development that I
explains
realized.
a lot.
Yeah.
Turns out,
Oh, dear.
speaking of Lilith apparently knew. You two know. Lilith apparently knew Loki very well as well.
Oh?
So I don't know what that means for me, honestly.
They knew your fiance. Well, isn't that... I mean, I think that's a bit stereotypical of people in the end. Oh, you're from the end. You must know each other.
No, but apparently they were like really good friends.
Oh.
They were pen pals. I remember Loki speaking about someone, but I just couldn't remember the name.
Huh.
And
Well,
after the festival, Lilith showed a lot of interest about learning about Loki. So
I suppose that all adds up now, but
Yep.
seems you might have painted a target on your back, good sir.
watch
I
out.
already have enough targets on my back, and I still don't know what's going on.
Ah, well, that's just unfortunately how things are right now. But yes, Rose sold
I mean,
their
I know
soul, didn't
stuff about my stuff. This is personal stuff. I know. I
they?
know about
Yes,
stuff in the harbor as much.
we can touch on that later, whenever you have a
Yeah,
moment. But don't worry about Artemis's, I suppose, family drama.
Yeah, it turns out my family has massive problems I didn't know about.
Don't we all?
I don't think everybody does, Jay. I think it's
Yeah.
just some of us.
Maybe. But anyway, Rose sold their soul. I had heard parts of that. I have previously spoken, well, I've spoken to Lilith, and I've had a brief conversation with Moon about some of the happenings. I also heard Katie was helping out with the event.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
somebody mentioned, I believe, as well, Katie also.
Yes.
Yes.
Katie also sold her soul. Moon informed me after a situation about that.
Yes, did you notice that eye color whilst you were in attendance at
I
the
did.
auction? Was it red?
I did. It was red. Yep.
It doesn't happen immediately, but after someone loses their soul, the eyes change. So, key sign. Only exceptions with people with red eyes is, well, Celine has their soul, Lilith has red eye, they have their soul still, but...
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Lilith
about
is just
Lilith,
genetics.
but I figured when you said
that's...
half demon, I figured that. Okay.
Yes, well, in Lilith's case, that is a demon. Genetic red eyes can be pretty commonplace amongst them. Celine's a bit more complicated, but that's a conversation for a less exposed area.
I mean, I have a place we can go.
Yes, let's head there, I believe. I think.
To the basement. Come on, guys.
You're awfully excited to go where there's more death moss.
Well, would you rather be exposed death moss or contained death moss? Your choice.
True.
I also had a problem with this. Moon kind of found this as well.
Oh.
You can trust it. Just go down there.
Well, yeah, you've
it
shown me.
Yeah, that didn't end well for me. I was almost sacrificed.
Oh.
Anyway,
that's concerning. We'll touch on that later.
It's fine.
This is...
I'm not dead. So.
This is more... There's more Skulk here than there was before Artemis.
Why is there a Henry?
Don't ask questions.
That's the least of my concerns at the moment.
I mean,
but...
truthfully, you don't want to know how many crimes they've committed.
No, but look how clean his cell. He likes to clean his cell.
I mean, it is very clean.
Maybe you should let him out so he can clean the rest of this place.
I don't want to hurt him with all the moss.
I don't think the moss would hurt him. He isn't a living creature.
It can break though. I don't want to hurt him.
True.
Anyway, do you want to take a seat? I have a lovely well, I mean, at least the sofa's not like, you know.
It's not as covered anyway.
I can sit here. There we go.
Sit
on the table. Well, I
guys.
suppose this is okay. Okay, I was going to say since when do we need therapy, but perhaps. But I think the more pressing issue is probably you if we're going to talk about therapy.
No, I'm fine.
And that's one of the first problems. Anyway.
Denial is the first stage.
Exactly,
Okay, I'm not in denial.
exactly.
There's no such thing as denial if there's no problems. You need to learn that. Anyway.
But I suppose the pressing matter is Celine has taken 2 other souls. I do not believe you would be aware of this, Faisok, but Katie and Rose are not the only people to have lost their souls to Celine recently.
Not surprised, but I don't know who else it would be.
Well, Frankie was a long while ago. We had
Yeah.
a certain run-in with them, which we will discuss in a moment. But Mars has also sold his soul.
The
Yeah.
like doctor
Yes, him. I think you
Yeah.
briefly met at the festival.
festival. Yeah. Why did he sell?
Um, think of it like this. If you're on death's door, you're willing to do anything. I think you can understand
That
that.
I know too well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Katie is pretty obvious. She wants to go home. I think she'd give anything to do that. And Rose's wings, well, we all understand that in some degree.
Yeah.
I guess I should also probably preface something as well before we continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I outside of the two of you and Moon, I haven't really interacted with anybody. So
Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing at this point.
I mean, many
no,
people
but
live. Yes.
my point is it's becoming increasingly more concerning to me at this point that there are people that I haven't met that are selling their soul, and I don't know this.
Hmm. Can you tell
I'm
me
not saying
people
that
who
I
you
should
have
be
met, and we can see if there's anyone else we should tell you about just in case?
um obvious Charlie was at the
Charlie is a
was at
phoenix. They are immortal. Cannot give soul away.
right,
They
right.
are completely unkillable, and a part of that is their soul can't be taken in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So
They also seemed quite scared.
they haven't left their bunker in about 3 months.
Yeah, I kind of figured when we were outside the auction, Charlie called over to us and said, "What are you doing? Why are you standing out there where they can see you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Charlie was kind of hiding under the shade, but
Yes, that's a something. Related Artemis, I think I'm getting closer to figuring out their book.
Oh,
Charlie
that's
has an
good.
old journal with magic enchantments on it, but um,
fantastic.
something about Charlie that you should know is, along with Celine, they are the only person to have been in the valley whilst it was barricaded. Um, they don't have any memories of the original harbor or the calamity that destroyed it all, but they have the fear from it.
I mean, fear's a strong thing
Fear's a
within
very
people.
strong thing, especially towards Warren. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
mentioned that as well. Something about they have a panic attack at even the name.
mention we don't really
Yeah.
know why, but I mean we've sort of assumed that they are the one responsible for the calamity since they were the one who made this place. So probably
I mean,
something to do with that. We are looking into their journals in order to try and learn more about the past, but it's been slow going because ancient phoenix magics isn't something that is easily cracked in a night. And they don't remember how to use their magic, so
I mean, you're
yeah.
trying your best, so
I think I've made a bit of a breakthrough. I had a conversation with Charlie before the auction, so we might be
yeah,
getting
that's nice.
close there. Um, Other people in the valley, though, you've met Moon. They are probably the
Hmm.
last person I would think of to sell their soul.
Yeah, Moon mentioned that they wanted to stay as far out of Celine's sight as they could.
Yes.
Yeah,
They weren't
given
too keen on the fact Celine had even sent them an invitation in the first place, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
I
given
did tell them.
circumstances, I don't think Moon would sell her soul now either.
No.
I did tell Moon about the whole warlock thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I felt it was only fair, given our conversation with them,
Yeah.
where I was like, I don't know magic, and now I do.
Now you kind of have a little more of an inkling.
Yeah. But I met them, and then pretty much anybody that was at the festival, but was only briefly.
Yes.
The I mean, there's the statue person,
Honey,
Honey.
Honey.
I believe they
I met.
had some interactions with Celine, but that hasn't happened again for quite some time, right, Artemis?
Yeah. It seems like, honestly, Celine, from what I've heard, Honey's kind of heeded my warnings about Celine and stopped doing anything, and Celine hasn't approached Honey, so...
Hmm.
I
Yes.
I believe that's it then. But anyway, I don't mean to take us off track.
No,
I just
it's
more.
perfectly fine. I mean,
No, it's understandable.
knowing who is in the valley who could potentially pose a threat isn't quite the right word, but
Concerns.
yeah. I mean, again, Katie, Mars, Rose, none of them are evil just because they lack their souls now. It's just
Misguided, I guess.
think of it of having a very, very bad influence, but that influence is also a force of authority on your life.
I mean,
They can't really do much against Celine. That Celine has their souls and they've put themselves in these positions, but they're not inherently bad. The
I don't doubt that.
mm,
I don't assume that they're bad just because they sold their soul. I mean, like you said, when you're on death's door, you'll do anything, and I understand that.
yes, I'm just
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean,
clearing it up.
18...
Moon had some concerns there. All three of them are her neighbors, and she was worried that she might have
Yeah,
to deal with them in some capacity.
Understandable.
Katie and Rose came to me shortly after the auction at my other house,
Mm.
basically just asking what it actually means to sell your soul and kind of what they've done, because they didn't even really understand what it meant to them as people.
I'm sure that was quite the conversation.
It was definitely something.
Okay, so I've got another question.
Yes.
Celine keeps taking souls, and Celine obviously is taking more and more and more.
Hmm.
Do we know what they are? Have we figured?
I mean,
Well,
we're investigating it, and
that is actually something which I wanted to talk about. So, I do not know if you recall someone named Melora from the festival.
Yeah,
Yes, they were there for a brief moment, but
yeah, they were.
a few weeks ago, maybe a month, I noticed them having some rather peculiar behavior, rushing about the harbor, doing various things. And I suppose that suspicion led to me getting Artemis and following them around a bit. We found a secret underground city below the harbor,
yeah,
as well as a casino run by Celine and Panky.
yeah.
Is it the original city, like the one before the
I
harbor
No,
was
this
don't
is
believe so. I mean, I don't even think it would have been a fragment of the old ruins, but it was very ramshackled and put together. The original city is more or less what we see today from what I rebuilt from the rubble. I did my best to recreate it as accurately as possible, but
yeah.
obviously it's not
I
perfect.
remember that.
Yeah, you spied on me from your little mountain, didn't you?
Okay, I didn't know if someone was gonna kill me, so
Oh, it was a fun time. But as we were exploring the casino, be running for our lives from a deranged witch maniac, we came across something in an office, which provided a bit of a hint towards what Celine might be.
Oh, yeah.
There was a painting in the room with Celine's name on it, but the language it was written in was a specific tongue that is barely spoken nowadays, and the writing scheme is only known by those of the race. That might happen to be the Fey language.
They're Fae.
Potentially.
In a capacity, they're not a Fey like me. I am a full, purebred Fey. They're not a changeling either, as it happens.
Yeah, I remember
I
looking.
have found some notes, and I think I figured out what they might be.
Yeah.
Okay.
You happy to listen to me read?
Yeah.
By all
Course.
means.
All right, well, just to preface, I found these notes buried amongst a lot of research papers that I had gathered over the years. So a little bit ramshackled, but I think I got the full story. These are the notes. Changelings are created from logs and tree stumps, given life from fey magic, and sent into the mortal world to take the place of children. If the changelings succeed in their mission, growing to mortal adulthood and deceiving the family they're placed with, they will become full fey and allowed to return to the wilds. However, if the changing fails and is discovered by the mortals, they will fade from existence, and as magic keeping them alive needs people to believe in it, the changeling just ceases to be. This is where we get on to what I believe Celine is, as there is, however, another option for these failed changelings. On nights under blood or blue moons, discovered changelings with enough will to live can transform into a creature called a puka. Pukas are extremely rare. Most pukas are not accepted within Fae communities. The magic that saves them from disappearing into the ether also mutated their mimicry abilities, as changelings are designed to take on the appearance of the child they are replacing, and as they go to mortal adulthood, take on more Fae traits. They usually also have the ability to give themselves some animalistic traits, but never a full transformation. Pukas can do full transformations, because of this mutation that the magic gives them. So instead of simple mimicry, they can shapeshift into any living person they know with some slight imperfections, as well as transform into animals. Interesting note is that they struggle to maintain humanoid transformations without manifesting animalistic features. Somebody remind me what kind of wings that Celine has.
I mean, she has bat wings, so.
Yeah. Which they're also known for having wings that are bat-like, oftentimes, and they are completely unable to be hidden by magic or shielded in any way. Which is so very interesting. Magic of Puka is weaker than a full phase, however, they have the same diverse range of magic capable of mastering. There's a lot of little notes on here about their rarity. An interesting part about how puka wings were once used to make potent love potions, and as such, when love potions were outlawed, knowledge of pukas was also hidden along with any of the recipes. At least that's the theory for why there is so little knowledge written about them. It makes
I've just got.
yeah.
Oh, that makes.
You
Like,
understand why I think that adds up, Artemis. I do recall when I made my exchange with Celine, they were lacking wings.
No, stop.
I think they cut off their own wings for that love potion.
No, stop. That's just weird. I've seen a lot of
That's-
shit.
I mean, they
that-
obviously grew back, but
Really? I hadn't noticed.
That's
mm,
quite extreme.
yeah, definitely. But it makes a note here that pukas aren't very accepted into Fae society, and as they can't hide their full features, find it difficult to subjugate into mortal society. And if you're thinking pukas have slightly less average magical ability than a Fae has, you add to that power gifted by a god.
Then
That would
we
probably
have a
add up
problem
to,
of our hands.
well, that would probably add up to why they're so powerful currently, and also show that we definitely do have some issues.
Just a little bit,
Just a
obviously.
wee bit, just a tad.
Just a small.
But feel free to pass this around and have a read of this more specific notes. Other things to mention is Fae. We're all raised, well, most Fae are raised in courts with specific magics that they usually learn or master. Fae have a wide range of magic they can learn, but they usually have specialities. It's more so saying in that Puka are capable of having multiple specialities and even contrasting ones like fire and water magic.
Yeah.
I've mainly seen Celine perform soul magic, which is understandable, considering I believe that, like I said, that they have power gifted to them by a god. Add to that the Fey magic.
I
With
don't
enough
like this.
souls, I think they might be near godlike.
No.
They don't have enough, I don't believe.
No. Well, we can't let. I mean, they've been here how long? Since the calamity?
10,000 years.
Before the calamity, that was people.
Yes, but you have to
We
think.
don't.
If they were involved in whatever caused Warren to destroy this place, whatever Ava's father was messing with, and what was in those things that moon was looking into, the stuff that was mentioned in all those books and tomes and stuff, I don't think they would have had taking souls on their mind. Maybe they could have reaped the souls of some of the people killed in the calamity. That's definitely an option, but it's not as easy as being willingly given a soul. It's a brief window of about 3 seconds, maybe less, to try and pluck a soul between life and death, and you'd have to know the person was dying to do it easily.
Yeah, but
then you have to
it's
think
still.
that the barrier's been down for 11 years now.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
11 years, and I imagine they would have been weakened if they. I mean, again, I'm gripping at straws here, but there's no way that barrier could have come down without somebody taking it down.
I mean, the only person that would take it down is Celine.
Yeah,
Like,
but they
who
didn't.
was.
They didn't put the barrier up, so that
No,
would have
definitely
weakened
not.
them considerably. But that would mean they've spent the last 10 years biding their time, building their power, taking souls. And now they're I mean, from my wedding, they've obviously got to a point that they felt strong enough to reveal themselves in their full glory, so to say.
Oh, yeah.
And now they have at least 4 souls, maybe more.
I mean, we have to work something out and do something. We can't just stand here, right?
I mean, they're not a god, near godlike, but not a god. Enough people. I mean, I if they don't get any more souls, I'd say the 3 of us could stand a chance, but
it might be
if
a
we
better
had
option to
a little more help.
Yeah. It might be better to ask for help this time.
I have someone in mind, but I don't think they're gonna like it.
Oh.
We'll talk to them when I get that journal sorted out.
Yes.
But that is the concern we're dealing with right now. Because everything from the eyes to the wings to their abilities points to them being a puka. And whilst the puka in itself isn't cause for concern, a puka, a fae of any nature, is not something to be trifled with. I would know.
Especially one that's gifted godly powers, I guess.
Especially one that's rogue.
Exactly. Especially
Hmm.
one whose only desire is to rule the valley, the world.
Give me a few seconds here to think. Hold on.
Of course, of course.
I
You
mean,
can keep talking.
I mean,
it's sad to say, but my soul, she doesn't want that. But
she doesn't want yours,
everybody
she
else,
can't take Charlie's, but there's still no telling what she could do. I mean,
but would Charlie be willing to help, would you think?
she used to be a protector. It would be difficult to convince her to leave, but maybe the final journal has something that will inspire her to get out more. Maybe
there might
there'll be
in
something.
there, but if we also tell her her friends could be in danger, it might help.
I think so.
They really wanted to get everyone down to that bunker.
She really wants people to be down there. She hasn't left in months. She was panicking last I saw them because Clive had gone outside. They've started sealing off the entrances.
Yeah.
But I'm close. I'm close to figuring out the journal. I'm almost there.
I believe you. I'm sure you are. I'm sure we'll get through this somehow.
Charlie agreed to come out when we figure out the journal. It's just I'm hoping something in there will make them. Yeah. But I mean, Charlie could very well be our trump card. Even if Celine gets more power or has more than we think they do, Charlie would be completely immune to their soul-taking abilities, so...
Yeah.
Having them as sort of the ace in our deck, so to say, would be a great benefit. It's just getting them past their fear.
Yeah.
Well, I think they would be... Personally, I think Charlie would be the best person to ask.
Probably.
They used to be a protector, a warrior. They might not remember most of it, but you don't lose the...
you never forget.
You don't lose the muscle memory.
Yeah,
I can say that from experience.
Anything, really.
And it's not something you forget when you've known it your whole life.
Exactly.
I mean, I never
Lives,
really forgot.
in their case, I guess.
Yeah.
I
guess it's one of those, you can't truly become someone else. There's always a part of you of what you're trying to forget there.
I suppose that's the whole point of a puka, huh? They're always going to be slightly imperfect than what they try to be. At the end of the day, their entire existence is based off of a failure. I suppose that must be why Celine hates it so much.
Yeah.
Also would explain why they choose the people they do to take the appearance of. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean, speaking from what you all told me, they choose people who feel like they have failed.
I mean, them mimicking Surin really makes sense, because Surin is another fae in the valley. It seems they tried to be cheeky with that one, but I suppose a failure of an author, if anything. And then, well...
Okay, I don't like how you looked at me at the same time.
I mean,
it's not...
I always thought it was just because your soul was unobtainable to them. It was their little petty revenge of you being someone they couldn't have under their thumb, but... You know.
Is Celine... How many years does it take for Puka to age, or a changeling to age?
Changelings age by normal mortal standards, at least at first. Once they reach 18, 20 or so, they stop aging and their ears grow out, marking them as a full fae, and then from that on, they are a full Fae. Fae lifespans, at first they start off relatively one-to-one with mortals until around 16, at which case the aging slows exponentially. And by the time that they're, I want to say around 2,000, 3,000, they're considered mature. Puka,
I'm asking because I'm wondering, is Celine still aging? And trying to
definitely not. They're
I mean, the kilometer was 10,000 years ago, so.
But did time stop here?
no,
No,
I mean, no, it definitely didn't stop because Charlie has
it was just
memories of roaming the valley alone.
yeah.
They lived a whole 10,000 years here by themselves. Yeah, surviving with what animals were left and what plants they could grow. Life continued on in the valley. It's just the valley was separate from everywhere
Contained.
else. It's like before sea travel was invented. Every place was isolated from each other and left to be their own place, but obviously magical barrier.
Yeah, kind of stops that.
But I mean, it's definitely there's not really much we know about pukas outside of these notes, but if they were discovered, they definitely would have probably been discovered young.
Yeah.
Pukas are meant to, I mean, changelings are meant to replace babies, so usually the parents figure it out sometimes before they reach 10. If they make it
Hmm.
further than 10 years old, then, well, they've more or less done what they needed to. There's not much suspicion to be raised at that point.
Yeah.
They must have slipped up, or their supposed parents figured it out, and then Blood Moon, seeing as their eyes are red and their own will to
Yeah.
live, would have saved them. But how they aged from that point onwards, I mean, it's really hard to say. I'd probably say they had a normal mortal lifespan, like aging thing, until their 20s, again, like changelings, and then from that point onwards, they were just stagnant and mortal. But that must have been
Yeah.
horrible. Not to sympathize with them. I mean, Celine's a monster, but
We all know to some
changelings
extent.
changelings aren't aware that they're changelings until they're discovered or they, complete their mission, so to say. So a child discovers they're not who they thought they were and is abandoned by the only people they ever knew or care about. The
It's
Fae wouldn't have
heartbreaking.
taken them in. They would have just been dropped into the wilds. I mean, there's a potential that a Fae could have picked them
Oh,
up, helped
someone.
them, but they obviously didn't stay there if they were in the valley.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it makes sense why they would join a Warren. Warren probably offered them power, glory, everything. And they seem to have a very big hatred for Karma, so they probably didn't like that she was the favorite. Um,
No, I get that. I understand.
yeah, I mean, I'm again theorizing, but a lot of things about them seem to be adding up. It's just our game plan from here. We need to figure out
So
what they're doing.
I
Like,
mean,
they're not always at the auction house. They had that casino. Melora was providing some of the items at the auction. I believe that was their arrangement because she still has her soul.
probably.
Um,
Yeah.
she was in conversation with Panky before she chased us around and tried to kill us. Um,
Yeah.
but
I
I
mean,
mean,
find out what Celine's doing.
yeah, I mean, if Panky's running the casino, Katie
Celine's somewhere
was
else.
helping out with the auction. Where has Celine been? Like,
And what are they gonna get Katie and Miles to do?
and Rose, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose if we see them around, keep an eye on them, try to talk to them. I don't want to get them in
Yeah.
any trouble, but if they have anything that they can share, then
I'd rather
it would
keep
be
people like
helpful.
care about closer.
Yes, I mean, I think the two of you live closest to Mars and Katie. I'm a bit further off, but if you see them around, maybe try stop them for a conversation.
I mean, I know Katie and Rose have a room at my elven house, so if they're ever there and I'm there, I will.
I doubt they would know much at present time, but
As time goes on, but no, I guess.
not to single him out, but I know Mars has had his soul taken the longest,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen him since it happened. So, oh well,
I mean,
since the casino.
I mean, I saw him earlier.
Oh, was he doing all right?
He, um, he seemed off, but, we spoke.
Did you tell him about Katie?
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna find out working with Celine.
I I hope he's okay.
Me too. He kind of rushed off after that.
Yeah, I get that.
I I do hope he's okay. Yeah,
I think
about
he
her.
might be our best bet though for finding something out.
Potentially.
I mean, if it wasn't for Mars, Panky would have caught us. He hit us when we were being chased, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can learn something from observation or from the three of them, because we can come up with a game plan. We can figure out what we're gonna do. I mean, the main thing that we have to do is fight Celine. At this point, there's not really much
Yeah,
else
in
we
a
can do.
simple objective.
Like, unless I could get their true name, there's not really a easy resolution to this. And I
What about the painting? What is it? Do you know what it says?
it just says their name. Well,
Okay.
it says the name Celine, not
Yeah.
their name.
Hmm.
Most Fae
Right.
don't go by their full name. Jay isn't my
Is
name.
it, is it a cipher?
No, it's
No,
just
I
Celine. I remember seeing it, but obviously
move us. Wait, I do not have. I apparently I have several crafting tables.
I have 27.
Why do you carry so many on you at a time?
You never know when you need one.
Let me see if I can. There it is.
There it is.
What the?
That's a conjure from memory, so maybe not incredibly accurate, but all of those lines, that is formal Fae script. It doesn't say every letter of their name. Faes like to cut out unnecessary letters, duplicates and such, but the
I
first
mean,
one
she
is.
seems unnecessary, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I believe SLNE is the characters put there, and I mean, if you were to translate that, you just have to try and figure out what the word was and add them in, but
Well, I
it's a
speak too many
strange
languages to
language.
care.
It's a strange language. I mean, aside from it being secret to the Fae, which is why obviously no one else would really know how to do it, it's not exactly an easy one to learn.
I know too many languages to care about another one at this point, so
Trust
I'm
me,
gonna.
there's no need to learn Fae. It's derivative and barely any of them even use it nowadays. But it's just a repeat of their name over and over as it goes further into the background.
See that,
Full
yeah.
of you so much. Anyway.
The only decoration in that office, I suppose it was a reminder to Panky that they were watching.
Oh my god, she's so full of herself. Does she have a bigger ego? Can it get bigger, that ego? Or...
I mean, unfortunately, it might. If they get enough souls, probably.
How about let's not have that happen?
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Jay,
Yes?
if you have any books on the Fey language, I'll take them.
I mean, I have one page of the letters, but that's about it. There's not really a lot written about it. Like I said, it's secret, but I can definitely give
Yeah,
you the
obviously it's
alphabet.
secret. I can see it. Yeah, it's just the
I
alphabet.
can obviously give you the
and
alphabet, yeah.
um
And she's not really good at keeping secrets. Me, on the other hand, I'm
no,
great at that.
there is a secret in there, but I need to figure out what it is, and
You
I
think?
think I can. Well,
You,
there's 5 lines and 6 spaces, but I can only read the name 3 times.
I mean, I think that might be decorative, but
That adds up to 8. 8
And Celine
numbers.
is also
I don't
6
know.
letters, but you said
Mhm.
there was no E, so it was only 5.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
There's
Who knows? We might be reading into it too much.
I
We
think
could be, but
I truthfully, I love both of you. I think you're
Oh, I
getting a
could
bit too
care.
stuck in the details. It says their name. That's all it really
Oh yeah, I could care less about
means.
that painting. I have more interesting things to do than
I mean, honestly,
uh
I'm a
care
little
about her
bit
name.
rusty. I just know the last one. See, you can tell his lesson. You can tell the last letter is a vowel because of the dot floating off the edge of it.
huh,
That's how you signify if it's a vowel or not. Um,
interesting. Okay.
so that is an E. The I looks very similar to an E, which is very annoying. I think an I is just that little dangly bit on the side there is on the opposite side, and the circle is on the opposite side as well. It's just flipped.
Well,
It's really annoying.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm not trying to read too much into this. I have nothing better to do at the moment other than try to
That's
figure this shit
fair.
out.
I mean, again, that's a little bit inaccurate um mimicry of the actual one because I didn't grab it. But if you want to take it, then I guess feel free. If Artemis doesn't mind missing a painting that I've
No,
metamorphized,
it's okay. I can um
you just grab a
it's okay.
book, come down, study it for a while.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think I'll
careful
do
with
that.
Honestly, I'm not
everything.
quite sure
Watch your
you'd really
step.
want to stay down here, but
Going back to the
Okay, let's
skull.
move topics.
No,
So
no,
let me
no.
update you on the moon situation. Yay!
yes, how did that go? It's also is Physic aware.
No, he's not aware.
Do you want to
What
make him
the
aware?
So, long story. Um, Moon's been searching for her mother for a while, a long time.
Since she was been
I
born, basically.
Yeah, she was left by her mother. What a bitch. Anyway, I arrived at the valley. Moon crashed eventually, and we met. Really good friends. Yay! Moon
And
has been investigating ancient cities to find her mother, which led her to believe her mother was in the end, which led her to me and basically everyone who could actually tell her about the end. I told her I would take her there potentially if she found Eyes of Ender. I thought it would take her so much longer than it did. I did not realize she had seen me go down
she got
the
the
tunnel.
eyes, found your basement, and saw you at the portal, didn't she?
Yeah, she wasn't mad about that. I told her I wasn't going through. She was mad about the fact I kind of lied and betrayed her trust.
I
Yeah,
did tell you should talk to her about knowing her
I did
mother
talk to her.
after
That
she
was the
caught you.
You
yes.
knew her
However,
mother?
yeah, I arrested the woman.
Moon's mother
So
broke into the end, which was illegal, and
yeah,
Artemis arrested her.
I mean we were kind of good friends after that, kind of. Um, I mean I was one of the only visitors that didn't see her as scum half the time. So she had to leave at times as well. She was allowed to go like
It was more like house arrest, you described it.
yeah. So in my defense, I didn't know it was her mother to begin with. I connected it
Hmm.
about, like 6 months into our friendship. However, she also, she was pretty pissed at me, and I said if she went to the end, unless she has something to offer, what's the information, etc., she most likely be killed. Very true. I'm not lying about
No,
that.
I told her the same when she talked to me.
Yeah, the thing is, she asked if she offered me to my death.
Not gonna lie, I might have given that idea by accident. I didn't suggest that she do it, but
I'm
it
about to
came up in
say
our
it.
conversation. I was like, if you brought Artemis, they might take her, but don't do that because you'll both still probably die, and Artemis will probably die, and you don't want Artemis to die. I was really trying to get them to just not drag you to the end with them if they jumped through spontaneously.
Well, I stood in
My
front of that
bad.
portal. I mean, to get to that portal, she have to pass me, and by that point, I'm point over. Might have done something drastic. However, it was fine. We spoke it out. There was a lot of emotions. She understands, and she.
See, Faisal, this is what happens when you spend months in your workshop not coming outside. Everything happens.
It gets better.
I'm
So
trying to get out more, okay? But you see, I got
My good sir, we need to go to tea once this all calms down, if it calms down.
please,
when it calms down,
If yes, when I got
I
to be
need
positive.
I she made me promise not to leave her like her mother did.
I'm so sorry
She's
your misery is so entertaining.
she said that she couldn't lose me.
Oh, you
Like
had a
she lost
bonding
her mother.
moment?
Stop it.
Aww.
No, stop it.
Oh, have you adopted another one?
No, stop it. I also told her I could potentially get a letter to her mum if she wanted to write to her.
Oh, that could be
Connections.
a good idea, so long as it's
So
not
I
picked
have.
up by the wrong person, obviously, but...
I mean, there's 2 people it could be picked up by. Both of them brilliant people.
Oh, then I think you should be fine.
Yeah, I've not sent it off yet, but I've got it ready to send both
Any
letters.
new news from your beloved fiancé?
Well,
Now that worries me. What happened?
nothing's happened.
Is this something for later?
Yeah,
I can.
Okay.
maybe I don't. I mean, he apologized, so
That's good.
for like kind of causing my death. But we move on from things.
That's very, very true.
Well,
I need to come out of my workshop more, I swear.
You
that was
really
11 years
do.
ago. He kind of caused my death. I don't know still.
My
Anyway,
head hurts from all the information
I was
today.
going
okay,
to say we should probably tone it down a bit. Main thing we're here to talk about is Celine, and we
yeah,
know what we have to do with them. Basically, find out where they're going, what they're specifically up to right now, track them down, get Charlie on side, hopefully,
yeah.
and kill them. Because
I'm a big one for that plan. Just
honestly,
saying.
I've run the numbers. I have thought of every magic spell in my little repertoire. The only way I'm gonna get those souls back is if we can stop her.
I think that's great.
And it's either she gives me those souls herself, or we have to kill her for them.
I like the second option better.
That's not gonna be an
Personally.
easy fight, so sharpen your swords. Get your weapons ready. I mean,
I mean, I could
I
make her
don't
float.
suppose she can already fly. I think that would be kind of
Yeah,
redundant.
take her wings off, make her fly.
She's done that to herself before, assumedly. So I'm not sure how much that would really help.
Exactly.
It might
Well,
grow back.
she can't fly if you take her wings off, can we?
She doesn't fly. She levitates.
Work it out. It'll work somehow, trust me. We
Yeah,
got
well, I
this.
suppose you have a reason to use that fancy sword of yours now, Isaac.
That's true. Use it on
I hope
Celine.
so.
There it is. Wonderful
I really
specimen,
hope
that
so.
one.
It really is, and I don't know. Um, I don't know.
Any
I
nothing more from your patron, I presume.
I nothing changed.
Wow, he's a dick. Sorry. You think that your patron would call or,
I
pop in
mean,
or,
patrons
be
work in
nice?
mysterious ways. I mean,
I mean, you know, I have that tree there for him and the small little altar and left a book pot and there's nothing
anything
out of the
changed around the
ordinary.
tree? Anything? Or no signs,
Um,
no anything, no
there's a
visions, thoughts?
there's a cornflower in the pot, but I don't know if that was somebody who just put that there or what. I mean,
I
nothing else
mean,
changed.
I don't think people touch altars.
I
Especially...
I
hope not.
I mean, there's always a chance. Not everyone is really well versed in the way of magic, or I mean, a bird could have plucked out what was originally there, and
Yeah,
someone
I
else
mean,
might have filled it. Like,
Mm,
cornflower
potentially.
is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I
no
don't know.
really way of knowing much, but I
I mean,
suppose there's not
you could ask
much.
them to stop being a dick.
I don't think it would be
Yeah,
a
I
good
wonder how
idea
that.
to anger the patron.
Don't call them a dick.
Just lightly
Be nice.
suggest.
Just lightly suggest that my
This
patron is
is...
a dick.
I
We
mean,
can all
no,
gather why...
definitely don't do that. The
I mean, we can
problem,
all gather why I don't have a patron. So,
the issue is not knowing who your patron is means you don't know how to act with them. My patron is very... silly isn't quite the correct word, but they
Unique.
they enjoy humor and a little bit of banter and insults. Yours might be more formal, might prefer, who knows, obedience or more
How can
business-like
I be obedient
interactions.
if I don't know who they are?
That's
I mean,
that's
be
the
nice to them.
problem.
Start formal with them. Maybe like, I
I
don't know.
mean,
Then Trent, I don't know.
they asked you
Oh,
to look into Celine. Maybe stopping Celine might make them talk to you.
neither. That's a shout.
I mean, if they don't talk to you after figuring out what Celine is, or this information,
That's
then
true.
the next step is just disposing of them directly.
I'd consider them a dick if they don't talk to you after that.
I understand your
Don't call
point,
them.
Artemis, but
I'm not wrong.
you're not wrong. But I don't think it's a good idea to invoke the wrath of a patron who could
No, I'm not
potentially
telling them.
endanger our lovely friend here.
I'm not telling him to call him a dick. I'm just saying that they would be.
Yes, sure.
That's my point.
Sure.
Don't do that. But
Speaking of
don't sound like
patrons,
a good
maybe I can
guy.
get another ace in my card if they stop not answering me. Anyway, don't mind me. A little frustrated.
Maybe she just wanted time away. I don't know.
I mean, she was hurt.
I know she might be recovering still.
It's how many months is that? How long have you been in the valley?
Since January. So 6 months?
6 months.
6, 7, 8 months. And I mean, it's time works differently. Is it slower or is it faster in the demon plane? I don't remember.
What?
I think it's
Oh.
been more time.
Huh?
Yeah, it takes time for people to recover, though, Jay.
No, I
You're
mean...
Faye, the patron is in the demon plane?
Oh yes, I
Yes.
never mentioned that to you. I
You
mean...
didn't.
I mean, I don't particularly tell people I have a patron to begin with. I was trying to comfort him. That's the only reason I even said
I think you
anything.
should tell him who it is, honestly.
Does that information really mean anything in this current situation? I don't think it's really relevant.
Yes, it does.
Why?
Considering your patron could potentially help us.
I mean, that's what I'm
relevant.
saying, is that they're not here to help us right now.
I'm just gonna sit in the
But they
death
can
corner.
be.
No, get out
Don't
the
sit in
death
the death
corner.
corner.
No, I don't want that on your
That's my
clothes.
corner.
You might kill yourself in your sleep with that. Please don't. Don't ingest it.
Wasn't planning to eat it.
Oh, anyway.
Don't tell me you were eating the moss. Anyway.
I think it's relevant mainly because she could help us. She's not here right now, but if we know,
Yes, and she hasn't been answering me because I've been asking her what Celine was for months and she never told me.
you got ghosted by your patron.
Don't act like this is new information. I've been ghosted by mine.
See,
Yeah, but this
me
is
and
different.
Faisoc relate.
This is different. See,
Maybe my
this is-
patron's yours. Maybe that's
No,
what I'm
No,
not
no,
talking about.
no,
right
they're
now.
definitely not. They're
no,
definitely
Isaac,
not.
this is a thing. This is different.
They're definitely. See, if we had
Your
the same,
patron name like
if
answers.
we had the same patron, I would know immediately. I would know. And they probably, I mean, they would play games like this, but they probably not. I have to say,
I mean, I'd say it. So you know, me or you.
you had a
Pick.
karma before.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's the best thing I've heard all day.
She's my friend. I
She's my
want.
friend as well. Okay, I haven't got anything against her. I love the woman.
She's my friend, and she's the reason I came here. And
Exactly, it's the reason you're my friend. So you know,
she's been recovering from that lightning strike, which God only knows why that even happened at the temple. And
No.
she has answered me in some occasions. It's just when I ask her the more pressing questions, like stuff about Celine, or when she'll come back, I don't get an answer. And I know she's doing better. It's just
maybe she can't answer those questions though for reasons. Maybe it could endanger people.
I'm not too sure, but she did say if I really need, I can just forcefully summon her here, and if she doesn't respond to me by the time we look into our lovely little fawn of a friend, might have to call up some backup.
Hooray.
But I
Um.
think she's up to something in the demon plane.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's a benefit to us
100%.
or just her messing about really depends. But you can see why I don't tell people, because, you know, tends to scare people when they find out that my patron's a demon princess.
I
I
think it's
don't
pretty
care
cool.
who your patron is, and I mean that in the
Exactly.
nicest way. That doesn't bother me. If they can help us, then they can help us. Because I'm gonna be
See?
completely honest. At this point, I'm getting annoyed. I'm tired. I'm
I think
scared. Part of the reason why I don't leave my workshop is because, yes, I've talked to both of you. I'm still scared. All right. Look, I know
Okay,
that I have this
that's
funny
okay.
magic stuff going on, but like, I don't know anything. All right. So like, that's part of the reason why I don't go out. I'm looking over my shoulder every 20 seconds because at the auction as well, Celine fucking, when she took the souls of people, like I didn't know what to do. I've never seen, I didn't know if she was going to try to take everybody's. This is,
Isaac,
there's
Isaac,
take a
it's
breath.
okay. Sit down.
I was sitting in the
Breathe.
corner. You told me to get
No,
up.
sit on the chair. Have
Don't
some
sit
tea,
on the
calm
death
yourself.
moss. Take a breath. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Trust me, we all know this is a terrible situation, and you're very, very out of your depth with all of this, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. You're in a lot of danger not knowing who your patron is. But we're here to help you. We're all here to help each other.
I
And
mean, I'm not going anywhere.
I
So.
mean, me and Artemis might be a bit blasé about it all, but that's just because my age and Artemis's personality.
What's that meant to mean?
It means that you look at death and laugh because you lived it once.
Yeah, I don't really remember it. I don't know if it hurt. Anyway, but I mean, it could be worse. It could be a
This is what I
puppet.
mean. This is really not helping.
I think of there's worse things, honestly.
I suppose I've just experienced a bit too much. This is just an obstacle, a very difficult obstacle, but an obstacle that we
Yeah.
have to face, and we will be calm so you don't have to be.
I mean, I have enough
Look,
problems. I have to be calm about something.
I
I'm not
suppose.
trying. I'm I'm not gonna sit here and try to play the savior card or anything. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You all have a lot left and a lot more to do, and I'll do anything that I can. I don't mind throwing myself into harm's way, especially if we're gonna be fighting Celine. I, I'll be the first one in line. I'll have my shield and sword at the ready, and I'll do anything I can to protect you all. I mean,
I
I I
appreciate
I,
that,
I know I'm
but
I know I'm freaking out and everything, but
I appreciate your
I'll do whatever I
willingness to
can.
this cause, but don't think for a second that we're not going to do everything in our power to get everyone out of there alive. That includes
Yeah,
you.
I don't doubt that.
You say you don't
I
have
don't
things
doubt that.
left, but
you
we're
have so
still
much.
here, and you have a whole life ahead of you.
We're family now. Deal with it.
Sorry,
uh,
this topic's new to me.
I know.
No, I understand that.
We're basically preparing for who knows what certain death.
War, maybe.
I mean, not quite a war, but of that,
Basically.
yeah, almost. Might as well be. It's concerning and dangerous, and we're putting our lives on the line so that everyone else in the valley, in the harbor, and potentially the world don't have to
Mm.
deal with a tyrannical puka.
I mean, I've lived war. I'm willing to die for anybody here, to be honest. So, we're all good.
I'll die when the universe decides to take me. Not a moment sooner.
I mean, I did die. So, I don't know what that means for me.
Well, the fact you came back is just a sign that you were meant to.
Yeah.
Either that or you had enough defiance in you to go against the entire world's plan. I'm not sure which was more likely, but we're all here.
Have you met me?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we have.
We're all here and we all know our mission. Do whatever we can to figure out what Selena's up to. Gather our resources, gather our weapons, practice our
Yeah.
magic.
I'll write a letter as well and put it on the altar, telling my patron, hopefully telling my patron, hey, here's some information.
Yeah, that might be
Be
nice.
sure that letter doesn't get stolen by outside
Anybody.
people. But
I
aside from that, I think could
I
be a good idea.
Yeah.
I've been working on some magic on the side, and I might be able to enchant it so only nobody can touch it, essentially.
I
That's
mean,
good.
yeah. Either that or a tracking spell. I mean, your patron will probably be powerful enough to get rid of it, but
Tracking spell's a good idea. Actually, that's a really good
exactly.
idea.
I
That's
mean, yeah. Most people can't break a tracking spell, except for people who put it on, but your patron would be able to take it off easily.
yeah, that'll work.
And if
Well,
anyone else stole it, then you'd know.
You'd know.
yeah, I can do that. That'll be
Do
easy
you
enough.
want to take a breather for a moment? Whilst me and Artemis just cover something real quick.
Yeah, I'll
I mean,
yeah.
do you want to go outside or do you want to leave?
You
Do
can
you want to
examine the
stay in the
painting
deaf
some
room?
more.
Oh,
I can. I'll go. I need some
You
air.
should
I
get
think
some
I'll
air.
go.
some actual
I'll go
air
Try
instead
and
of
try
I'll go.
this.
and think about
Yeah.
everything in a less yeah, I don't even know how to describe this room.
Yeah.
Not the
I'll
most
go.
uplifting place.
Um.
It
Yeah.
describes me well.
I do need to speak to you, Artemis, as well, briefly.
Yeah,
So
I'll,
whenever you're done, I'll be outside
yeah, I
somewhere.
would say if you
Maybe
feel free
over
to
by
walk
the
around.
yeah.
Or you could go check out the
There
church if you
was.
haven't seen it already. That's a pretty building.
I have.
Hmm.
I'll be around. I'll probably
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
See
I
you
and
will meet
soon.
you somewhere.
yeah. See you soon. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you for the gift
Pleasure.
again.
Yeah, of course. Um, be
Ta-ta.
I'll be around.
I hope he's alright.
Me too.
Yeah, I realized partway through our conversation that was probably a bit
A lot.
much. We just tend to,
Indeed.
I don't know, I suppose I get
It's
a bit
just so
detached
normal
with
to
things.
us.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
just get more analytical when it comes to these sort of conversations, helps cope.
my line of work, you can't get attached to many things. So,
Mhm.
that solves all your
But
problems.
this letter you sent me,
Oh, yeah.
royalty, huh?
Apparently so.
I do regret to inform you that Amadorf does ring a bell, and it's not just from the gravestones.
I'm glad about that because it's only on one of them.
Mm, but I do believe Aristor was onto something. I mean, I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but the Amdorov?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, or were the ruling monarchy of Teleri. I think they might still be. Um,
Yeah.
but I think the king is in charge. Whether that's your grandfather or another such member of the family, who's to really say? But are you
Yeah.
dealing with that all right?
Man, how how do you deal with it, to be honest? I mean, I kind of accepted my whole family was dead. Just to find out from, a dead scholar that I might have family that's alive, and not just that, that the royalty within elves, and there's a prophecy that could be related to me, and
Prophecy?
yeah, I didn't know. This is
You didn't
so yeah, I kind
mention
of didn't want to mention that in a letter. I didn't think it was a letter.
what
Okay,
is what is
so Aristar spoke to an endearing hybrid called Pythia. Seems like a lovely person, to be honest.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know. I think she's dead, to be honest, as
Most
well.
likely if they were all in
Most
the
likely.
valley.
Well, they were apparently injured. When they got to the place, the rooms that I found, flocks of people coming in injured, and Erisor had a bad feeling about something. He sent because their wounds, as it appears, something terrible happened within the harbour.
I mean, the calamity
So
started there, spread outwards.
yeah,
But
um,
what does this prophecy read?
it's the whole reason for the end hit in the elves actually.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, or Orion, known as Pythia's father, was an oracle,
I
a
see.
very important oracle.
I
I
mean,
honestly don't know if he's alive anymore, but it's one of those that they keep those type of
if
people
this
away
prophecy was
from.
so bad to have
I
caused the war, who knows? Maybe he was killed for the knowledge. That's pretty commonplace in a lot of stories, to be honest.
well, you tell me your opinion when you hear.
All right then.
Elven-eared and shielded-skinned, from union formed these starry kin, inspire riot from fallen grace, leave the end to find their place.
Leave the end, huh?
Crazy, right?
You really want to know my first thoughts?
Yeah.
Starry kin specifies more than two people, probably a relation. You and your brother. Starry, Eldarin,
Shielded. Skin.
shielded, Shulker. Definitely not an Enderman. Inspire a riot from Fallen Grace? I mean, Fallen Grace would have been you leaving the riot.
I've not heard anything about something like that. Not when I've been writing to Loki.
Leave the end to find their place. I mean, you've left the end, and whether this is your place or not, but you're here.
I don't know if it means this room exactly.
I mean,
however,
I was more gesturing to the world outside of it, but
yeah. So,
have you heard anything from Loki? Have you sent him a message? I mean, do you intend to tell him about the prophecy?
I want to, but how do you explain that you're the whole reason that it happened?
I mean,
I wasn't even alive. This was before I was born.
It's not your fault. It's fate. Like I said, the universe. It decided that something had to be done about.
Yeah, but why?
Whatever.
Why did it have to be me, though?
It was just you. And unfortunately, when it comes to prophecy, you don't get a choice.
It might not be me. I mean, it could have been Apollo.
I can't think of anyone else. It could have been Apollo. It could have been both of you. The word kin suggests that it was both of you. Maybe you weren't the start of it, but if you hadn't been thrown out, Apollo wouldn't have left.
Yeah.
So whether or not it was about him or about you, again, he wouldn't leave if you hadn't. You didn't get a choice. It's not fair, but prophecies rarely are.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's already taken place.
Yeah.
It is you. But it's just figuring out what that last line means. I mean, Inspire Riot could very much be more so to do with what we've talked about today. You and me and Faisuk going after Celine. I suppose that would be a riot of its own, facing off against somebody. But if it was important to the end, then maybe it's more something to do with them, something to do with the elves.
Potentially.
I mean, you don't really interact with elves aside from the village Apollo was at, and even then, I doubt you've been back there.
I haven't been back since. We're not on speaking terms.
Understandably so.
I mean, I would probably a long shot, but I'd like to try and, be able to send a message to Talrid, but I don't know how to do that, to be honest.
I mean, truthfully, I think it would probably be better for you to just visit if you are one of the Andramphian royals.
Yeah.
They'd be able to tell by seeing you. Well, not maybe by seeing you, but magically. You can tell when people are related by their souls. I said as much to you about Apollo, and well, it might be difficult since your soul is more unique, but I could still tell you were related to him, and I could even potentially summon his spirit to confirm. It's a difficult spell, but I could potentially try it. It's been a while.
But what if they don't want to know me in that?
Then that's their loss. And if you don't want to go there, then you don't have to. Just because you have royal blood doesn't mean you have to do anything about it. I mean, if I wanted, I could have started my own court from the ruins of the last, but I said no. I'd left because that wasn't the life that I wanted. And you get to choose if you want to meet this other family of yours, have another family, or if you want to
I have
live
a
with you
family
as
though.
now.
That's the thing. I have a family now. But
meeting your blood family doesn't remove the family you've made for yourself. But at the same time, you don't have to go looking for that family if you're happy with what you have. If you don't want to meet them, you don't have to meet them. What I'm saying is, if you're interested, then all you have to do is go looking. There's
Yeah.
ways to verify that you are of their blood if you want to prove it. It should be relatively easy.
Yeah. Loki also asked if also when people are married they take one person's name.
Yes.
We aren't married, but he's mentioned if I wanted to I could go by his name, his last name.
Well, do you want to?
I mean, I kind of have already.
I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day. Everything here
So
is your choice. Just figuring out what you want to choose. I mean,
there's just a lot, it's why
I feel like you're not too used to choosing things for yourself.
it's not what I was meant to do. I was always thinking about the people first.
You're a person yourself. You get to choose what your life is.
Yes, but my life was to protect people.
And you can still do that, whilst also being your own person, whilst also being more than just a soldier.
I don't know if I fully know how to do that.
It might not seem like it, but in some way at least you've been doing that.
Yeah.
You've built this whole island, you sit and drink your tea and spin it in your teacup around. You've learned some magic, you've made friends, you've made enemies, you've done a lot here that I don't think you would have done before. But learning to live isn't easy. But you're making your way there.
Yeah.
And I believe you'll be able to make it further. It's just figuring
Yeah.
out what you want, what you believe in. And that might be difficult to think about considering what we have going on right now. A couple more pressing issues, but
Yeah. It's why
I
I guess
definitely
I'm
think you
very
should write to Loki before we go after Celine. We have a while to prepare ourselves. We have a long while to figure out what we're actually meant to be doing. But
yeah.
you should definitely do something.
Yeah, I think it's one of those I feel I need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so adamant about I just basically accepted that I had no blood family left.
Mm. And it's hard to accept that there might be something more out there. It's scary to think that there's someone you're related to and that you might lose them again. But
Yeah.
you'll never know if you don't at least try to talk to them. Who knows? You might not even like them. But I'm sure
Yeah.
they'd be, at the very least, I'm sure the king would love to know what happened to his daughter.
Yeah.
And that's not your fault, remember?
Yeah. It's just I mean, if it is my grandfather, it's gonna be a weird one for me.
Definitely, but hey, if you need help, you've got scary Fae privilege. You might not see me as scary, but don't just trust me. Other people do.
I'm aware of that. But I mean, you and Lilith are the only ones who
Isaac's
know.
face when I told him my patron was Karma. Oh, that was priceless.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who your patron is. I know, darling, but the look in your
However,
eyes,
we can tell.
I can see the fear. But I'm not sure if he's lingered outside or not, but
Yeah,
I should
he
probably
doesn't feel
get going.
close anymore, but yeah.
I still have to sort out that journal, like I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
But before
Mhm.
I hope you're doing
Okay.
okay after talking to Mars as well. I know we brushed over that earlier, but
I didn't really want to speak about it.
it's okay. I know. But I'm here for you if you ever do want to talk about it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I'll make my leave then. And you just
Yeah.
there's a lot going on, but try think about what you want at least. And I guess that way you'll have
Yeah.
something to look forward to once this is all over.
Yeah.
Eh,
I mean, I have my axe somewhere.
I picked my axe up.
Oh,
It dropped
I'm
down
going
on
back
me.
down apparently. But it's been, even though it's not been, I guess, happy and rainbows talking today between the three of us, but
It's always lovely seeing you again.
yeah. I mean, I might write a letter in advance to inform them, potentially. I don't know what I do though. Hey, I'm your granddaughter. You didn't know about that to your daughter who's, dead. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna work that one out eventually.
I'm sure you'll figure out something. And again, I'm here if you need me at all. But
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Take care.
Ta-ta! That was a lot to talk about. I very much feel bad for Isaac. It's just a lot of things me and Artemis have known for a while dumped on him so suddenly, and maybe I should have sugarcoated it a bit, but this isn't a time for sugarcoating. This is a time for action. We know what we're up against now, and the only thing we have to do is figure out what Selena's doing, or where they're doing it, I suppose. It's the final piece of this puzzle, but what might be more pressing, maybe if only the slightest, for the chance of some information, is those journals. And I am hoping that my magic has proved useful for once. Here's hoping we find something good. At some point in time, I'll set up a black transition screen for the end of my little shit. I haven't right now. Oh no. This went a lot longer than I thought it was gonna go. Jesus. I thought this was gonna be like an hour, ended up being 2. Fizok disappeared. I don't know where Bryce went. He was meant to stay and do some extra stuff with Elle, but I think he had to run, which is perfectly understandable. We love him. Also, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Proxaq, thank you, Noi, thank you, Sona Soup Streams, thank you, Revised Wool, thank you, Burger, for the resub. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Here's a fun thing. I found out that we hit 900 followers on Twitter today. I am excited. Yeah, let's actually see if I have the final picture at the back of this book. I do not. But I do have a copy of it somewhere which does have the final picture on it, and I will grab that soon. But yeah. Celine is a puka, which Bagel mentioned that being something Irish. Yes, it is. It's something that Surin, the original person to play Celine, found and decided they wanted the character to be, and I was like, yeah, sure, that fits with the shapeshifting stuff. It's a failed changing. Yep, they're a failure, guys. They're a failure. They're a failure. And they have some deep-seated issues because of that. And that's why we hate them. That's why we hate them. But this is, as some of you guys know, next month is the end of Arc 2. All the streams leading up to that are building up to the finale. This is one of the key ones. At some point next month, we're going to have the final journal of Charlie's be found, which will be very, very fun. Recommend calling them a failure in front of Bagel. Yeah, I saw Bagel getting a bit antsy. We're gonna have the final of finding Charlie's third book, then something else, then obviously Mars, Katie have something going on. Those two people have to talk to each other at some point. And if you haven't seen Mars Arky's stream today, you should definitely go back to their channel and watch it, because it was very, very fun despite the little scuff moments, but you know that always happens. Happened today, happens all the time. But there's a lot going on. There's a lot of future things that are going to be happening. Why the fuck have I been atted? There's a Bryce Vise arc. I see. It's okay. It's a-okay. I'm very excited. We are currently in the planning phases. We have a recording session this weekend for the finale cinematic, which is going to be so chaotic, and I am so looking forward to it. But I'm just going to stall out the time for 2 hours before we leave, because again, I have work at 6 a.m. I am not looking forward to it. But you know, happens to happen. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Reminder, Mythrill Monthly is gonna be Saturday. Yes, Saturday. It's the 1st. It's on Saturday. Mythrill Monthly episode 4 is on Saturday. We have a lot of lore that's happened this month. I'm really behind on lore catch-ups. I have to get to those. I'm doing those after this, before I go to bed, and when I get home tomorrow, and for the rest of my life. We have a lot to go over. Special guest is Katie Gobert, because we love them. Mars has made another beautiful PNG, because he is so beautiful. And oh my god, Jelly, have you finally answered my fucking thing about the time? Oh, you silly goofy goober. The silliest of guys is great. Okay. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. What do you guys think about all the stuff that's happening? It's been very, very fun. It's never like perfect. It's a Minecraft roleplay, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I have a fun, good time. It's just a lot of standing and talking, because more complicated stuff is more complicated to do, but we will be doing more complicated things as the future goes on. I love the lore, and I love you, random citizen. I'm kidding, Skylar's not random. Skylar is amazing. Skylar is amazing. You keep clearing the notice, don't see it. That's understandable, but don't clear the notice. Just put like a message in there being like, I read this. Bop me again so I get the ping or something. Sometimes that can be helpful. Sometimes that can be a helpful little silly guy thing to do. But yeah, I literally wrote the Forgotten Fae book like an hour before me and Bagel did lore last, which is very, very fun. We've already been brainstorming ideas for Arc 3. I'm already working on some cool stuff for Arc 3. Me and Elle have been doing builds for Arc 3. There's a lot of stuff going on for Arc 3. I don't care what you enjoy, bitch. That's not relevant to what's happening today. Fuck off. Oh yeah, thank you for the hydrate as well, Ash. I know Burger was refunding the things. But I can thankfully drink water whilst I'm doing lore, which is great. Which is so great and wonderful and amazing and great and wonderful and amazing and great and wonderful and amazing. Hawaii! Hawaii! But yeah, I'm full of beans. I'm excited. Arc 3 will involve Florence. So wait, no shit! We haven't really said it, but I mean, first arc was Karma. This arc is Selene. I wonder why there's 3 arcs and 3 deities. I wonder if that's coincidental. But no one knows what he looks like. Shh, I know what he looks like. Some of the members know what he looks like now because we've been doing the cinematic recordings and they got to see his skin, which was cute, which was really cute. The cutest person isn't online right now though, and I'm sad. And that cutest person is Marzaki. I don't see him anywhere, and I'm sad about it. Watch all the lore. So, unfortunately, not every member of this SMP has a VODs channel, but I have a VODs channel. So exclamation mark socials. So in that link, you want to go to Archive of J, which is my VODs channel. There is a Mythrill playlist. Anything that has lore in it should say in the title. It should say lore in the title specifically. There are a lot of streams, but if you break it down further, it's fine. We also have the Mythrill SMP card, where you can click on that link, and you get links to the Discord, as well as its own YouTube channel. From that YouTube channel, you can find links to people's edited recordings. So Elpon Ferry, who I did lore with today, has an edited let's play or like lore videos of Mythrill SMP. I only have an edited one of my first ever stream, which was back last year. So it's very, very old, and that's Arc 1. We're coming to that's the beginning of Arc 1. We're near the end of Arc 2. So you can see how far behind I am. But all of the VODs are there for people to watch on my archives channel. And we do summaries on the Mythrill SMP YouTube channel. So Arc 1 has a summary video. I'm making a summary video for Arc 2, quote unquote, as we speak. The audio is done. I just haven't got most of the footage recorded for it. But that's because I'm focusing on the cinematic first, because that's gonna take for fucking ever. Don't even know how long it's gonna be. Probably a long boy, because it's the finale. And yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting. But going forward, I want to say there's 4 or 5 streams next month. That are planned at least, and we are in the process of getting dates for them. So you'll know when you know, and we'll be posting it in the Mythrill SMP Discord, when and as they are happening, as well as on the Twitter, which you guys should definitely follow the Mythrill Twitter, because fun little fact, guys, fun little fact. The more followers we have on the Twitter, the sooner we're gonna have applications open again. So like, follow the fucking Mythrill Twitter, guys. I put too much work into that Twitter. Also, that reminds me, I have to update the card because all of the Arc 2 members' art reveals have been done. So, you know, it's fun. I can now put the bios on the card, which you can also find in the public Discord, is a whole collection of the SMP characters from Arc 1 to Arc 2 and their bios written about them, and there's an Elpon Fairy behind me. Hello, beautiful.
Yay! I got a J time.
I'm about to end my stream, bestie, but you can have J
Hear me
time.
out. I missed you.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I've got Bryce's chat with me.
Oh, cute. I might raid you because I have work at 6 a.m.
You do. They're all crying over the playlist I've made for people. Ha ha ha.
Oh, they should cry over You're so good at making playlists. You're so sweet. You're so lovely.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do?
Yeah.
We need to make a trivia night for Mythrill to happen like in between October 3.
I will plan that. I will start planning that.
I don't know how to format it.
It's fine. We'll have like I'll make like an Arc 1 and Arc 2 Pacific one, part of trivia. And then
we've got to split them into teams with at least one Arc 1 person, one Arc 2 person.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Maybe we wait for the new members to get added and punish them for being new.
Suffer. Oh my god, Mythrill Kahoot. Actually, that's a brilliant idea.
That's a great idea. Oh my god.
The chat is coming in clutch, right?
The chat is coming in clutch. But I wanna do like pub trivia though.
Oh no, yeah, we're gonna do pub trivia. We're also gonna do Kahoot. Don't you worry, I have so many ideas right now.
Kahoot bonus round.
Yes. That's gonna be me making everybody suffer.
The one thing I want to do is bonus points are we play a song from from the big playlist, and people have to guess who it
Yes.
is. But
And no one, no one's allowed to pull it up.
no one's allowed to pull it up,
playlist.
and
No one's allowed.
we pick the team who gets to pick, and the only thing is that the song isn't going to be one of theirs, because then they won't know.
They just choose a number.
They just, yeah.
They choose a number, and I have to go silent. Like, you have to, like, hide. Because there's a way you can obviously turn it off your Spotify showing on Discord, so no one can see. It's my son's
Woo!
back.
Oh my god. Wait, okay, the one thing I need before we end is Marzaki. Where did he log off?
I don't know. I think it. Oh god.
Do I summon him?
No, I got it.
I need this. I need this before I run away. I'm impatient.
I'm crying a minute. Valid. Me too.
My son!
Oh my god, my son.
His head's on
Wow.
backwards. It's fine. He's cute.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's even more on backwards now.
Hello?
Ah.
We didn't talk about this type of demon. Oh my god, he's here.
Hello?
Hi, Mars. We missed you.
Have money.
What the hell? What the happened? What the heck
We missed.
happened?
We
Happened
missed
the heck?
you. I used my fey magic to summon you because I missed you.
Witchcraft.
Whoa. This is canon.
No,
That's crazy.
but I love you.
Oh, you looked really punchable there. I'm so sorry. I almost punched
Do
you
it.
off.
Do
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna.
Do
I
it.
love you, Mars. Oh wait, you're not on the edge. You need to
Okay,
go
we're
down.
gonna end stream.
Do it.
That was our fun little thing. I just kidnap Mars. It happens pretty often. Don't mind me. we're gonna raid L. Oh wait, who? Oh, Bagel's also alive. No, we're gonna raid L. We're gonna raid L because L is was in the lore with us today, and they are so cute. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Pond Fairy. I wanted to raid Pond Fairy. Raiding Pond Fairy. You're Scott here. No, I'm so sorry. But Elle can tell you all about the lore we did today, Power Core. Don't you worry. I will be back Saturday for Mythrill Monthly, the complete lore catch up. And then Monday I'm going to be releasing my next week stream schedule. I did have fun. I had so much fun. I need to go to bed. But I'll see you guys later. I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye, 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 bye.